Jeremy Sports Network coming to you live. We are back for another spontaneous show, and we got some big news to talk about on today. Eddie Hearn, and I posted this earlier before we tap into this, but I posted this earlier, right? And I had an issue with Eddie Hearn because he's been caught red-handed now, contradicting himself. And this is funny. You want to know why this is funny? Because guess what? This isn't the first time that he's done it. This isn't the first time. And the fact that this is now happening stems a whole lot of questions on his behalf. And we're going to tap into exactly what the issue and the problem is. And I talked about this yesterday on the show, where we talked about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and how Anthony Joshua came out and stated, how he didn't want Deontay Wilder, right? How he didn't want to face Deontay Wilder if he's to defeat Joseph Parker. He didn't want to see Wilder in the ring, right? So we know that. So now it gets interesting because Sky Sports reported, and I promise you all, I posted this morning. It was early this morning. It was probably around 6 something this morning, or whatever the case may be, on my Instagram account. And those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, is at JSN Boxing on Instagram. I promise you get some real exclusive content there on the channel. So we was talking about this earlier this morning, where Sky Sports reports that Anthony Joshua would face Dillon White next because it gives him a tear up. Does that Bruce Bomber not give you the same thing? Plus, it's a fight the fans, the consumer, wants to see. Obviously, we see that Bruce Bomber is being put to the side because he's the biggest threat to everyone. What are your thoughts? And I posted that on my Instagram this morning. Now, this is where new media is starting to take over in boxing, right? We starting to take over because there's no more telling us one thing and then you're doing another, or you can consistently tell a lie and then you try to change that lie into something else, and you end up getting caught up like you in a relationship, right? You know how it is when you're in a relationship and you consistently try to keep a lie going, but eventually that lie is going to catch up with you. This is what we have here in Eddie Hearn. This is what we have. And so Dillon White is set to face Lucas Brown on this Saturday. And the winner will become the #1 mandatory for the WBC, which is Deontay Wilder's title. Now, Eddie Hearn knows that if Dillon White is to be victorious, that Deontay Wilder would pay Dillon White step aside money just so he can go ahead and get at Anthony Joshua. But this is interesting here. Anthony Joshua's coming out saying, hey, well, I'll take on Dillion White again. I feel as though, I need to get that fight because I love the battle between the two. This is what he said. These are words that are coming out of his mouth, done by Sky Sports. Anthony Joshua would welcome another Dillon White tear up if British heavyweight rival can defeat Lucas Brown, says promoter Eddie Hearn. This comes out of Eddie Hearn's mouth. Nothing about Deontay Wilder is coming out of his mouth. They're talking about another fight with Lucas Brown. White can stay on course for a world title fight with a victory over Brown at the O2 Arena this Saturday night, live on Sky Sports, and promoter Eddie Hearn firmly believes he will feature in the future plans for Anthony Joshua. Keep in mind, in this interview, there was nothing said about Deontay Wilder at all, period. And if you think I'm playing, go to skysports.com. You seen where I posted it on my Instagram this morning. I gave the direct link on my IG for Sky Sports. You can go right to it. You can click on it. It's there. This is where new media is now starting to catch the bullshit. We're starting to catch it now. You can't continue to lie to the fans. Now, I'm going to give it to you from both sides because that's what I like to do. give you things from both sides and both points of views. So if you're looking at this from Anthony Joshua's standpoint, right? You're looking at it from Anthony Joshua's standpoint, a guy who has all the titles, he's about to have all the titles except for the WBC if he's able to defeat Joseph Parker. But he's about to have all the titles. He is the A side. And he knows everybody is stemming for an opportunity for Deontay Wilder to get a chance to face him. He knows that. He knows that is the biggest draw. He knows that is the biggest fight. But yet, and still, he says nothing of Deontay Wilder. They asked him, do you want Deontay Wilder to step into the ring when you face your opponent? You know what he says? No, I don't want him in the ring. Why do you not want that? We talked about this on last night. Why do you not want that if you're Anthony Joshua? You know this fight is going to sell. I understand that it is your moment. But it's okay for you to discredit everything it is that that Deontay Wilder has done up until this point when he is the best fight that's out there. You already defeated Dillion White. We saw that fight already. Why do we have to wait and get another fight against Dillion White because you love the competition that it is that he brought to you? What makes you think Deontay Wilder, a guy who destroyed all of his opponents, won't bring you that same quality fight? He has more knockouts than Dillion White. He beat the better competition that Dillion White has faced, given the fact that he got a victory over Luis Ortiz, who was ranked higher than Dillion White prior to Dillion White having this fight with Lucas Brown, which would probably give him which will give him the mandatory for the WBC. But to sit here and say that this guy right here deserves another shot at Joshua before Deontay Wilder is a complete ducking move. There's no other way around it. And these are the problems and issues that are in the sport of boxing. We have to clean this up. We got to clean this up. This is not what it's supposed to be like. You're not supposed to be getting the time of fighters running from the best that are out there, and they know that these are the best fights that are out there. You know that these are the best fights that are out there. Obviously, we see that Bronze Bomber is being put to the side like a side piece, right? Given the fact that he's the biggest threat to everyone that is out there. He's the biggest threat. Why is it that Deontay Wilder can't get the necessary fights it is that he deserves? I don't understand. I'm really trying to understand it right now. If you Anthony Joshua, okay, we understand. You're getting ready to face Joseph Parker for a world title. You're getting ready to have that fight. There's nothing wrong with that. We understand that. Joseph Parker's been putting in great work for this fight. And he looks to do big things as it pertains to that happening. But at the same time, when it comes to this whole thing with Anthony Joshua running from Deontay Wilder, man, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. And we're going to continue to sit here and act like this fight is not big or this fight is something that the fans don't want to see. This is the fight that everybody wants to see. We all want to see this fight. We all want to see this fight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm getting sick and tired of being lied to by these promoters who are sitting here playing with house money. They're playing with house money. They're playing with our emotions. They're playing with other fighters that are out there. And what's so good is that we had the champ on last night, right? We had the champ on and Courtney Pennington last night, and he was talking about you have to learn how to set aside BS, right? What's BS and what's real, right? We got to understand that and know that while we're dealing with things of this magnitude, when it comes to fights of this magnitude, right? We all was saying that Canelo was ducking Triple G when he vacated the WBC. But the pressure that the people was putting on Canelo made Canelo think, well, you know what? I can't sit here and continue to allow people to think that I am afraid of this man when I'm not afraid of this man at all, period. I'll take the fight. And guess what? We was able to get the fight. But going back to what it is that we're dealing with now, I don't see us getting anything as it pertains to this fight in particular. I just don't see it happening at all, period. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, well, what are some of the reasons why Deontay Wilder is not getting, the credit that he deserves when he's faced every single body who they put in front of him. He's been calling out Anthony Joshua for the longest. And yet he still haven't gotten the fight. You got this guy sitting here talking about, oh, well, I can do impersonations of this man or whatever the case may be. Like, just listen.
No, we packing that Alabama power. Joshua, we ready. Are you up for the test? Because I know I'm the best. All you got to do is set the date. Don't wait, mate.
I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Since he haven't heard me say anything, then, hey, now the man himself there with the voice, with coming to him, telling him, don't wait. Make the day.
Eddie Hearn say you live in fantasy land.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn is just another white man milking a black man. That's all it is. It's easy. It's about time for somebody to say it and come out with it. And I don't hold my voice. I don't have no filter. And I speak what I said because that's his actions. That's his manual of what he's been doing. He's been milking Annabelle. And Joshua been letting it because if Joshua really won this fight, he know how to make it happen. They say they got so many things going on. I pay the sit aside money with my mandatories. That's easy. That can be happen. Give the fans what they want to see. People want to see it right now. They hide behind all these different things. I made them many offers. They talking about offers. Every last one of them declined. Stuff, right? They just came to America talking about another fighter. They didn't even mention him. But they want to go back and run back and talk about we didn't offer nothing. That's bullshit. The British fans soak everything up this man say. But in the end, they're going to look stupid. They're going to look stupid. I can't wait. Y'all ain't never seen a fighter with so much desire and oh my God.
Two more questions.
But I've been calling these guys out for years and never got the opportunity or that would have been done. So now it's the time to see who's the best. And that's all I want to see, who's the best. I say I'm the best. I want to see, he never say he's the best. He ain't even confident enough to say that. But we'll find out real soon.
Y'all think it's a game? This ain't no game right here. This is not a game. You don't play boxing, right? We talked about you not playing boxing. We can separate what's real and what's fake. And Deontay Wilder just spoke facts and spoke truth. But I don't see how you, the fans, people don't understand that. He's giving us truth. He's been giving us truth since day one. There's no reason for Deontay Wilder to be lying about anything. This is a fight that he wants, a fight that he's been begging for a long period of time. And it seems as though Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are coming up with a gazillion ways for this fight to not happen. Why the hell are we talking about another Dillon White fight? Why? It don't make sense. It don't add up. And the fact that it don't add up or don't make sense makes me believe that you are afraid, that you are ducking. And when you are ducking, guess what? You can only duck for so long. You heard Deontay Wilder in the end and say they're going to all look stupid in the end. They all are going to look stupid in the end. And guess what? If you fans that are sitting right there, if you continuously sit here and think that this is not a duck on Anthony Joshua's behalf and Eddie Hearn, you're going to look stupid in the end too. That's just facts. We have a heavyweight champion here in America who wants that smoke. But yet and still, he's not getting none of the credit that he deserves. None. Nada. How does that make anybody feel? As a fighter, how does that make you feel when you know that this man is running from you? When you got somebody that's running from you, afraid, coming up with all kind of excuses or whatever the case may be, just so things can't happen. That's what we have here. And the fact that nobody is understanding that, nobody speaking on that, that should make all y'all feel some type of way. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I do. When things get like that, guess what I say? Somebody don't want no smoke. And obviously we see the proof. Proof is in the pudding when it comes to who don't want the smoke. The proof is in the pudding. It's right here. I told y'all, I don't play about this boxing stuff, man. When I tell y'all I'm on point about this game, I'm on point when it comes to this boxing. I'm on point with it, and I'm gonna give y'all the facts. You got a man sitting right up here who could have possibly the best fight of his life with Deontay Wilder, and yet and still he wants to backtrack and goes to say he wants another fight with Dillion White. Are you kidding me? But I did say that I was going to give it to you all from both sides. So let's look at Anthony Joshua's point of view right quick, right? Maybe he's looking at it from this point of view. I'll go back and face Dillion White, right? And beat Dillion White, who is the mandatory of Deontay Wilder. And that raises up my stakes even higher. Given the fact that I beat his mandatory and I'm now the mandatory and he has no other choice but to face me. But guess what? It don't even make sense on Anthony Joshua's behalf, even if I think like that. Think like Anthony Joshua. Because guess what? You can skip Dillion White and go straight to Deontay Wilder. Unify the division and become undisputed in the heavyweight division. But you can't even do that because it seems as though you afraid. You want to beat a man that you already defeated, and you scared to step up to the plate against a monster in Deontay Wilder. We all want to sit here and criticize and critique Deontay Wilder's fight game, but guess what? He's proven. He's put it all on to the test. There's nothing more that Deontay Wilder needs to do from this point on, because everything that comes out of Eddie Hearn's mouth, everything that comes out of Anthony Joshua's mouth is nothing but complete bullshit. And if those of you who sitting right here and y'all believe everything that comes out of their mouth and you don't dissect and figure this thing out for yourself, guess what? You're going to be caught up in all the mess too and believing everything it is that they say. You're going to be the ones that's going to be caught up in that. It's not going to be me, because guess what? New media, we're not having that. We're not having that at all, because we're going to dissect this whole thing down to the T. But you know, it's fight week, and I just had to bring this news to you all because it's breaking news. It's breaking news. This is sad. And this is sad on Anthony Joshua's behalf. And it makes it even better if you're Deontay Wilder, because guess what? Now we know who's been telling the truth, and now we know who's been lying. Now we know. And so I'm not going to hold you all much longer. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you all get out of here and continue on with your day. We will be coming back with a show later on this evening. Tonight, we will be rocking with another show later on tonight. We will be discussing some big news about my man, Money Mayweather, back in the news again, talking about him receiving his MMA license, hopefully. And in about 6 to 8 months, we can perhaps maybe see him in the octagon. Will it happen? Who knows? I'm not so sure. But it is something that we're going to potentially be talking about on tonight, as well as other news, fight breakdowns of Dillion White versus Lucas Brown, and also Marcus Brown and Sergey Kovalev fight is now set, but there is no fight date as of yet. So it's your boy, Jeremy Sports Network, man. JSN Boxing 2018 coming at you full force. Y'all already know how we do. I'm signing out. I'll be hollering at you all later on today. Peace.